Immediately, Chioma saw her stepdaughter Amanda coming out of the room. She began to scream, her eyes wide open. Bola, 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 my daughter is dead now. Come and help me. One fateful morning, as Chioma and Chinedu sat together, sharing their stories of the night's events, their conversation was interrupted by the appearance of a young girl, Amanda. Amanda, Chinedu's daughter from a previous marriage, stepped timidly into the room, her eyes wide with uncertainty. But as Chioma's gaze fell upon the girl, her heart skipped a beat, and a cry escaped her lips. Bola, Bola, my daughter, she exclaimed, her voice trembling with emotion. Amanda, taken aback by the sudden outburst, shook her head in confusion. Mama, I am not Bola, I am Amanda, she whispered, her voice barely audible. Chioma's mind reeled as she struggled to comprehend what she was seeing. Could it be possible? Could it be that she harmed Bola instead of Amanda? From the first day when Chioma landed into Chinedu's home with her own daughter Bola, she found Amanda. She hated her out of nothing. She couldn't help but to compare her to Bola, her own daughter. Amanda was very bright, beautiful, and very caring at the same time. But as for Bola, she was very lazy. She didn't even care about anyone or anything. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, Chioma found herself unable to shake the feeling of jealousy that consumed her. Whenever she looked upon Amanda, she found fault in every action, every word, every glance that Amanda directed towards her. Though Chinedu showered both Amanda and Bola with love and affection, Chioma's bitterness clouded her ability to see Amanda's genuine kindness and willingness to help. Instead, she saw a daughter who took her father's praises away from Bola, her daughter who in her eyes had been perfect in every way. As Chioma's jealousy continued to grow, her treatment towards Amanda, her stepdaughter, grew increasingly harsh. She assigned her stepdaughter an overwhelming amount of chores, often commanding her to wash Bola's clothes, cook elaborate meals, and venture to the market. All this while, Chioma herself remained idle, lost in her own bitterness. Yet, despite the heavy burden placed upon her shoulders, Amanda bore it with grace and dignity, never once uttering a word of complaint. Her hands moved swiftly, her feet treaded lightly as she completed each task with a quiet determination and belied her tender years. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, Chinedu took notice of Amanda's unwavering dedication and hard work. His heart swelled with pride at the sight of his daughter, so full of kindness and resilience, as he lavished her with praise and affection. This made Chioma become more bitter than ever before. She began to tarnish Chinedu's name to the villagers. She was hard trying to convince them that Chinedu only loved his daughter Amanda and despised Bola, her own daughter. But to her surprise, the villagers shared their experience with Amanda, saying that she was a hard-working girl, unlike Bola, who was selfish and couldn't help anyone. But even as Amanda's light continued to shine bright, Chioma's jealousy only grew darker, consumed by her desire to get rid of her, a constant reminder of her own inadequacies. She hatched a plan to take away Amanda's life so that Bola would remain alone and would be the only one to be praised by their father Chinedu. One fateful day, while Chinedu was away from home, Chioma watched as their daughters went to sleep in the evening. Chioma was very sure that her plan would work out and Bola would now be loved and never someone's shadow. As the rain poured outside, leaking through the roof and seeping into the room, Bola's anger reached a boiling point. With cruel smirk upon her lips, she ordered Amanda to swap beds, commanding her to sleep on the wet mattress while she luxuriated in the warmth of Amanda's bed. Late in the night, as everyone was asleep, Chioma sneaked into her daughter's room. She headed towards Amanda's bed, where she took a pillow and suffocated her. Little did she know, however, that her actions would come back to haunt her in the most unexpected of ways. The following morning dawned bright and clear, but Chioma's heart was heavy with anticipation as she awaited the results of her deceit. With bated breath, she watched as Amanda emerged from the room, her eyes filled with confusion and concern. It was then that Chioma's world came crashing around her, as the realization of her mistake struck her like a bolt of lightning. In her blind pursuit of revenge, she had targeted the wrong girl, placing Bola's life in danger instead of her stepdaughter Amanda. In this story, we learn that all evil deeds have a price. Chioma's jealousy and resentment led her to commit a grave mistake, harming her own daughter. Chioma was confronted with the consequences of her actions, realizing that her cruelty had only brought sorrow and regret.